everybody, Life's Journey at 50 here. So I hope everybody's doing well out there. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about adventure mirrors. And so I've seen some questions on Facebook recently and a lot of chats about it. And normally everybody just goes with the double take, right? So, and I get it. They're a great product. I threw out here is I also have had Touratech. So this is the Touratech, it's their adventure mirror. So let's do this. Let me... So it just spins right onto the handlebars, depending on what bike you have. This is for a 1250 GSA, same for my 1250 over there. You know, you just tighten those up and you can kind of get them adjusted from there and then just get them tightened up and snug as a bug in a rug. So these are normal ram mounts over here. So these are normal ram mounts for the double take mirror. So I took my other double take mirror off. And if you guys can see this up here, and I'll zoom in, you can see the size of this mirror. So again, if you're looking at this thing, you know, it's a little bit different of a mirror, right? You got a little bit smaller mirror, this a little bit bigger. I will say that the Touratech does vibrate a little bit. So you will get some vibration there. And again, it's adjustable. So you've got, not only you can adjust it here, but you can kind of click it in the positions that you want and to get that view. And then on the double take, same thing applies. So if you're looking at the double take over here, again, you can just do this and then you can also make the adjustments by unscrewing it and putting it in the position that you want. So now I'll have to figure that out when I get these back on here. So a lot of adjustment that you can do on these mirrors. And so they're both solid mirrors. They really are. Now, obviously the OEMs, they snap off pretty good, especially if you're doing off-road, you dump the bike. The OEMs have no forgiveness. These have forgiveness. So if you dump the bike, it'll normally pop that up. Same thing goes for here. It'll normally, you know, have a little flexibility and give away at the joint. Now, I've done this. So if you're doing some heavy off-road, dump the bike, you can, depending on how much pressure you put on, let me put it over here, you can snap these ram mounts off. I've done it. So then you have to get a drill down in there and you know, spin the bolt out. What's the advantages of either one, right? So if you're in some heavy stuff, and again, we're adventure riders, so if you're in some heavy stuff, I would tell you that Touratech one is really, you just fold it in. You see that? You just kind of fold this in. And so when you're riding off-road, you could just say, okay, screw it. I'm going to fold it in and get it out of the way. And then, you know, you've kind of got a clear path. If you dump the bike, you don't have to worry about that braking. And you can do that on the same thing over here. But I find, because of the easy unmounting, that I could just take it off. So if I'm doing any quote-unquote single track, tight, you know, dual track, off-road, whatever, a lot of heavy forest that you're going through, which you probably have seen some of my videos, but I'll take these off and then I don't have to worry about them snapping off or anything like that or breaking. But on the Touratechs, you can't necessarily take them off. And so that maybe is one advantage to the double take mirrors versus the Touratech ones, just because these are here. And if you want to, the mount stays here and you could just take the mirror off, and then it's pretty easy, obviously, to put it back on, loosen it back up, and then just tighten it up. And then obviously you make your adjustments from there wherever you want the mirrors to be. So yeah, these are usually the two mirrors that people use out in the marketplace. It's really personal preference, but I end up using the double takes just because I could take them off. And the ram mounts, I don't have to have the tools necessarily to have to, you know, untighten, tighten back up, put it back on, all this other stuff. And I used to run the Touratech ones for about a year. And again, nothing wrong with them. It's just that when you fold them in, and the only thing I will say this, The mirror is just a little bit bigger, especially on the adventure model for the double take mirrors. So you will see that, again, like I said, the mirror is just a little bit bigger, gives you a little bit more view versus the Touratech one. And then I felt that the Touratech ones just vibrate just enough, noticeable when you ride, right? I mean, like, you know, you could tell that it's vibrating just a tad, and you kind of want that solid mirror so you have a clean view out while you're riding. So they're pretty easy to install, no big deal. Again, ram mount right here, but bigger mirror, smaller mirror. If you don't want to deal with having to, you know, loosen this up and then crank it or whatever, these are pretty much already in place, and you just, you know, crank it back and forth and they're out of the way. Or if you're in heavy stuff, you can take them off-road and completely take them off. So personal choice. I'll leave some descriptions down below. They're roughly around the same amount of money. I think they're about 150 bucks each for the whole setup. I would say that if you're not doing a lot of heavy off-road and you're kind of like a tweener, like between both, you might want to think about the Touratech, just because I don't have to worry about all the, you know, screwing the ram mounts, all this other stuff. Once I put this on and set, it's done. I could just, you know, here, and if I'm off-road, I can just fold it in and go. I do find that since I'm a bigger guy, 6'2", big body, that the mirror gives me a little bit more visibility around my shoulders. I have broad shoulders, and so that little extra mirror does help when you're a bigger guy. And if you're a little bit smaller guy, it maybe might not make the difference for you. So that's just my perspective a little bit, and that's the reason really why I go with the double takes, is just because I'm a little bit bigger, broader shouldered, and that extra mirror, that little bit gives me a little bit more visibility out on the road. So I would share the information because I've seen it on the Facebook post out there, and if this helped, please hit the like, subscribe, notification button. Really appreciate you stopping by the channel, and try to bring these little tidbits to you guys. So all right, you guys take it easy out there, getting ready for the spring season. I know I can't wait. Ohio is getting cold. We hopefully start warming up here pretty soon to get out there. I've seen a lot of other folks already out riding around, which is fantastic. So we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.